everybody, and welcome to yet another Epic Cosplay wig tutorial. Today I will be working with a Hera in Platinum Blonde. This is a beautiful long curly wig, but I am going to need it to be straight for the character that I am going to be using it for, which is Morgan Le Fay from the series Fate Apocrypha. And so I figured I would show you guys a few different methods for straightening wigs in case you ever come across a character that you need a straight wig for but can only find curly. So you're going to start off by getting a wig head. You're going to put it on a stand that is tall enough so that the hair does not drag on the ground. Then you're going to pin the wig onto the head, and you're going to go through with a wide toothbrush or comb and just brush through that sucker and make sure it's nice and silky smooth before you start working. Now, the first method is with a standard hairdryer. Mine has adjustable heat settings, so I'm going to make sure that it's on high heat but low speed. And I'm just going to go through and very slowly brush the heat into the wig fibers. So you can already see once that's done, that is nice and straight. Second method is with a straightening iron. If your wig is not heat resistant, please do not do this method or try it on an inconspicuous area. But if you're using an Epic Cosplay wig, this will definitely work because their wigs are heat resistant. So you're gonna wanna make sure that it's on low to medium heat. And then you're basically just going to use it like a hair straightener. Start at the bottom and just kind of let that heat seep through, but make sure that you don't hold the straightener on any of the fibers for too long or you can burn your wig. So now you can see the difference between where we started and the two options. And option number 3 is with hot water. So I have moved my wig into my shower, and I am going to take a measuring cup and I am filling it with hot water from the faucet. Now, ideally you would do this with boiling water, but I did not have time for that. So we're working with hot water so that I can show you the difference. So I'm just gonna go through and I'm gonna make sure that every fiber of this wig is saturated by that hot water. It is an extremely time-consuming process, and as you will see as I go along, there are a few times where I have to redo certain areas because you just want to make sure that every fiber of the wig gets nice and hot with that water. So now I'm brushing through, making sure that the water has gotten into all of the fibers of the wig. I'm still seeing a little bit of wave, so I'm going to tilt the wig back so that the hair can hang, and I'm going to hit it with a little more hot water. Make sure once again that all of those fibers are saturated, and then I am not going to touch it until that sucker is completely dry. Now, because I'm working with an Epic Cosplay wig and I opted to not use boiling water, my wig did not completely straighten. You can see back then when I'm brushing it that it did relax quite a bit, but I want this to be pin straight. So I'm gonna go back through and I'm gonna use that first method again with the hairdryer because that should be a nice way to get the hair mostly straight from where it is currently. And it does go pretty quickly once the wig has been relaxed a bit. So I'm just gonna go through in small sections and slowly run that hot air over each section of the wig until everything is mostly straight. I'm going to brush through once everything is done. And now, because I am a perfectionist and there's a few little swirly bits, I am also going to go through and use the hair straightener again. I am doing this by separating a few wefts at a time and just going through from the very tips of those wefts to the absolute ends and making sure that everything is completely pin straight. Now, if you just want your hair to be mostly straight, probably don't need to go through and do this third step, but again, Morgan's hair is absolute pin straight, so I wanted to make sure that it is 100% perfect. You will get a lot of static using this method, so what I like to do is every once in a while go through and put a little water on my hands. You can be super ratchet and lick your hand, or you can spritz it with a spray bottle and just straighten out some of that frizz. Now, as an added bonus, I'm going to show you guys a bit of how to do some basic fringe bangs, because most anime characters that just have straight hair also have some sort of bang, and hopefully this will help you guys for whatever character it is that you are doing. So I am separating out my hair because my character does have two little side pieces that hang off next to her bangs. I am going to separate out the bangs. I'm going to figure out approximately how long I want them to be, but go a little bit longer than that. And then using my fingers, I am going to measure from my hairline down to how long I want the bangs to sit on my head. And then I'm going to take the center section of the bangs, and I'm going to measure that same distance from the base of the wig cap to where I want those bangs to sit. I'm going to cut that middle section, and then I'm going to use that as a guide to cut the length on the rest of the bangs. Now I'm going to go through and make sure that my little side bits are separated from my fringe, and I am going to cut upwards in a back and forth motion with my scissors the ends of the hair. That's going to give me a little more natural gap, make the bangs look a little more natural. Now for a little bit of layering, I am taking the wig in thin vertical segments. I am pulling the hair out, straight out vertically, and then I am just trimming it so that it makes an almost straight line when pulled out vertically. And you'll see that a little bit better as I come here into the side sections that I'm about to do. I am doing basically the same thing that I did for those bangs. I am approximating how long I want those side pieces to be, and then I am cutting vertically in a back and forth motion with my scissors to get a little more natural choppy look at the ends of those pieces. Then I am pulling it out vertically, and you can kind of see how there's a bit of an angle at the bottom of that hair when I first pull it out. So I'm going in and trying to even out that line so that once the hair falls down, it looks more layered. And you can see that nice curve there. So now I'm moving on to the other side, and again, I'm going straight up and down, and then pulling the hair straight out to the side and trimming so that I get a nice line there, so that when I put that hair back down, it has a nice little layered effect. I'm gonna hit everything with a little bit of hairspray because a little bit of hairspray never hurt anybody. I'm gonna brush through to make sure everything is nice and silky smooth, and that is it. So this wig is now done for my Morgan costume, and if you are cosplaying any anime character that just has long pin straight hair and a fringe bang, you are all set to toss on your costume and roll out to your favorite convention. Thank you guys so much for watching this tutorial. I really hope that it helps you, and I would love to hear what your favorite method is for straightening wigs. Please let me know in the comments, and let me know any other characters that you would like to see tutorials for. As always, thank you so much to Epic for sponsoring this video. I absolutely love working with you. Please check out epiccosplay.com for all of your wig needs. And if you use this tutorial, please tag at Angie Viper and at Epic Cosplay Wigs in your posts. Thanks as always for watching, and thank you so much to my patrons. You guys make everything I do possible.